So welcome back everybody. We're going to try something today with the Solis 24 horsepower tractor and the K675 backhoe that I have been wanting to take care of forever. I've never had a backhoe or an excavator on the property, and I've always said if I ever got one or the other, I was going to come in the trail and try to get up some of these stumps that beats me to death on the tractor and that my tractor mowers constantly hit. Now I want to caution everybody, backhoes are not really intended for digging out stumps. I'm going to stay with smaller stumps today, and I'm going to be very careful, especially on side-to-side motion. I'm not looking to bend or damage anything here. Now with that said, I know a lot of y'all may potentially be looking at buying a tractor and backhoe combo like this, and while I have equipment here, we're going to push it to its limits and test some stuff and give you feedback, good or bad. So let me show you some of the stumps that I'm going to be working on in the trail. So take a look at that right there. See the way that sticks up? It's an older tree that was cut here a long time ago, got roots going in the ground. Not a huge stump, but stumps are very tough to get up. I'm constantly hitting that with a tractor mower, and it's right where my wheels go. So the Ranger, the tractor, everything bounces right over that. And I have these spread all throughout the trail. I also promised myself that if I ever get a backhoe or mini excavator on the property, I was going to go try to dig out some lighter stumps. Now I have some on the property that are gigantic, that are just too big for a backhoe this size, but I have some smaller ones that are near swamps, and while the water level's down right now, I'm going to try to go salvage that. Fatwood lighter, lots of different names, magic wood, we call it all kinds of stuff in the South, is the stumps that are left over from big yellow pine trees, and they're full of resin. They burn well, they burn awesome. It's an excellent way to start fires. And with fall approaching and us doing lots of firewood on the channel, I like to get all the lightered up here that I can. And if I can go ahead and get them out of the dirt, it'll last just that much longer. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this stump, which is right here. We got everything else in the way, don't we? And me working the machine all in the same shot. So I've got the front bucket of the tractor making contact with the ground. We're gonna put down these two stabilizer arms right here, so we have 3 points of contact. Otherwise, this backhoe's powerful enough, it'll pull and lift and push the tractor anywhere it pleases. Man, this stump's already coming. Look at there. Awesome. Now this is an older stump, but I wasn't expecting it to pop up that easy. Oh, look at this, y'all. This is great. Look at that. Oh, that was so much easier than I was expecting. This thing really does have some power. Well, it took longer to set up than it did to pop the stump. Well, one stump gone. Let's go find some more. Might as well go ahead and dig up some of these roots while I'm here and see if I can pack that hole back down. All right, the next stump is this one right here. I'm always hitting it. It's got a big root going off this direction. So I got to spin the tractor around because it's going down a steep hill right here. See if we can pop it up. Going to be a little more stubborn right here. Alright, so this stump isn't budging. We'll start on this one side where that big root is, see if we can get the root. I think I just broke the root. Go on the other side. The root's shallow, let's go a little deeper. There we go, we just got something. part of the stump. All right, there it goes. There it is in the bucket. Alright, so here we are at one of these laddered knot stumps, and it may be too much for this. We're not going to break nothing trying, but this is what's left of a laddered stump. I want to get down in the ground because typically there is a deep resin-filled stump there that has a lot of kindling for starting firewood. Now I've got some bigger ones all throughout the swamp, but some of them are just way too big. For example, let's go take a look at this one over here. You can just see how big this is. I could probably get in here with a backhoe and bust some of this off, but that stump goes way down into the ground typically. And I have them this size and much bigger all along the water's edge back through here. There is a really nice size stump that this tree has fell directly on top of that we'll have to get later after we cut this tree down. Now these stumps are so old there shouldn't be any roots on them, but they do tend to always go deep. Alright, it is jiggling already though, so that's a good sign. We're definitely not going to pop it out, so let's dig around it a little. Oh, there goes some of it already. Of course, it is filled slap full of bull ants. Awesome. Well, we may see if we can dig it up and come back and get it later after all the ants have found a new home. All right, we've already got it coming out of the ground. This is great. That's going a whole lot easier than I was thinking. Come on, baby, it's so close. There it comes. Holy smokes, awesome. Oh yeah, and I see some beautiful, I mean beautiful color. So there's still some resin in this stump, which means it'll burn really, really well. This is where I wish I had that thumb so I could grab this stump and get it out of the way. Especially with all these bull ants on it. Woo, that's a bigger stump than I was thinking. Heck yeah, awesome. Let's get the rest of it. Come on, baby. Almost. There it is. See how deep that goes? Several feet underground. I see some roots going off of it. But I have some good laddered. We can get the last of this stump right here. Wow, that went so much quicker than I was expecting. I tell you what, I'm impressed. I didn't really realize a small backhoe would have this much power. All right, that's a beautiful piece. Glided right there. Oh, it's still really heavy. Full of resin. Let the rain get on this, wash all the mud off. Y'all look at this that I ripped out of there. That is all turpentines and pine resins and everything. This is so unbelievably flammable even though it's soaking wet. All right, take a look at the size of these stumps. That was all underground. They're so much bigger than you think when there's only 8 or 10 inches above the ground. You can see all that discoloration. Again, that's just solid resin-filled stump. So we'll let these sit outside for a few months, get rained on, get all the sand out of them, and then we'll cut them with some dowel chains so we don't damage any new chains getting into the dirt, and bust it up into small little pieces for starting fires. Everybody down here in the south loves this stuff. All right, I have wedged myself back up in here as best I can. That's just not a whole lot of working room. Get this tree out of the way. Look at there. All right, I don't know what we can do here other than potentially just bust us some pieces off. Let's see. I do see a big animal hole where that something's dug underneath it, probably an armadillo or a possum. Look at there. All right. Already got quite a bit busting out of this, which it may be rotten. Nope, I see good color in it. And what do you know, my friend, the bull ants are all in this again. All right, I'm getting a lot of jiggle out of this thing. Heck yeah, already making great progress. Oh wow, very nice piece. It's working out so much better than I expected. Awesome, looks like I might get the whole stump right here. All right, nice piece. That over here. Come on. Come on, baby, I might get this whole huge piece. Look at there. Pretty much got the entire stump. There it is. I've already got it, y'all. Can you believe that? I just thought I was gonna be able to break some pieces off the top here. I didn't think I'd get the whole stump. So quick and easy. Y'all, that is absolutely impressive. That's a big stump. Now, yeah, it doesn't have green roots attached to it, but it's still buried pretty good. That is all loudered wood. Nice solid piece. Pieces over there and there. And there's a big piece up underneath the bucket right there. All right, let me show you all this if you're not familiar with this type of wood. Oh, it's got such a beautiful smell to it. It's just strong and resinous, but look, it's still covered in mud. We literally just pulled this out of swamp mud, and all I gotta do is touch it with a torch. Of course, here it is, unbelievably windy today. You can see how it just flames right up. We'll get it going in a second. It's just so windy. Look at that. And once you finally get it going, there's usually no stopping this. That's all those turpentines and resins and everything else burning in there. All right, y'all, I think it's time for me to wrap this particular episode up. All I can say is I'm unbelievably impressed with the power of this backhoe. I've always thought little compact tractor backhoes were kind of worthless, but everything I've tested it on thus far has just been impressive. Digging out stumps, digging 6-foot ditches that we did on some other videos there, raking down big clumps of dirt. I mean, it digs effortlessly and it popped those stumps so much easier than I was expecting. Now, coming up in the future when we cut down some trees, we'll try to dig up some green stumps that still has connected roots. I'm sure that's going to be much tougher. And we'll try to target some pine tree stumps since they have that crazy deep taproot in the center, and we'll see how well it works. But I'm also a realist. I understand this is not really made for digging up stumps, and we're not going to put it in a situation that I'm going to bend it all up or damage it. But again, we're going to test and try some things too as well, because I'm sure you're curious just like I am. All right, hopefully y'all are enjoying the videos. If you have any questions or comments, drop it down below and I'll be sure to answer it. We'll catch you on the next video.